What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shogi from Shook Earth Media, and we got some huge Fear the Walking Dead news last night. The mid-season premiere and the series finale of World Beyond both premiered on AMC on cable last night. I reviewed them last week, and you can watch it up here. I'll give it a little iCard for you to click on. But they aired on TV last night, and after that it was Talking Dead, and as always, there's some discussions about the plot and what happened, and we got a preview for The Walking Dead when it returns in February. So, big news, Kim Dickens is back, Madison is back in Fear the Walking Dead. I'm surprised that they let this out of the bag. I would have thought, in the old days, that we would let this show up on the series itself and not give away the secret. But I think after the Rick Grimes exit was leaked out to the press, that perhaps AMC and the Walking Dead crew don't really want to keep big secrets like that because they know that it will get out in some form or another. Now, of course, with how Madison died, they deliberately did not show us the body. They didn't show her get bitten. They didn't show her, bleeding out or anything like that. So I always assumed she was likely going to be back, or at least that was, it was written that it could happen should they decide to do that down the road. And here we are, Madison is back. And I think it makes total sense. I mean, we've had so many main character exits. We had Nick, of course. We had John Dory exit the show. Alicia seems like she's on the chopping block, although that remains to be seen if she's actually going to die or not. But it really seems like we are losing a lot of characters on Fear the Walking Dead. So, of course, they need either new characters or to bring somebody back. And they chose to bring back Madison. And I think it makes sense. I'm surprised they didn't do it sooner. Especially because on the Talking Dead episode, they were discussing how in Season 7 filming, or I think it was Season 6 filming, Coleman Domingo, who plays Strand, he was saying that they were discussing Kim Dickens on the set, and he got in contact with Kim Dickens and just asked her what her interest level is in returning. So it seems like Kim Dickens didn't ask to be written out. That's the impression I'm getting. As with most of the characters that have been killed off lately on the series, it really seems like they are all asking to leave. But in this case, it seems like that's not what happened with Kim Dickens. And, she was available to come back for the show. So I'm surprised they didn't do it sooner. The showrunner said that they were waiting for the right story, waiting for the right opportunity. And, I don't know. I feel like they could have worked it in earlier. That's just maybe because I like Madison as a character. So I'm excited about it. Now, the Talking Dead episode didn't really have any real details. I saw a news report saying, she's confirmed for Season 7 and Season 8. And, I didn't find that to be the case in the Talking Dead episode. They didn't announce her as being on Season 8. It wasn't until the end of the Talking Dead episode that they said she will be back next year. So that means Season 7 she will return. But as far as I can tell, Season 8 has not been officially confirmed by AMC, so I don't know what those news reports were referring to. So, is she a series regular? Is it a short stint? They seem to suggest that they called it The Book of Madison needs many more chapters, so seems like she's going to be around for a while. And once after next year, if Fear the Walking Dead is renewed for Season 8, it will become the flagship show because main show is ending, and we don't have another spin-off other than Tales of the Walking Dead. The anthology is coming out in the summer, and then after that we'll have the Daryl and Carol show, but that seems to be very much its own thing. Maybe it won't be, we'll see. The other big thing that was discussed on Talking Dead, of course, is the post-credit scene of World Beyond, which was this mind-blowing scene where we got to see fast zombies. Fast zombies, fast zombies. I'm so excited for fast zombies. I'm really looking forward to it. And in the Talking Dead, it was kind of revealed that yes, we are getting into the origin of the virus. In the post-credit scene, it was revealed that laboratory that we see is where the virus was created. They created the virus, and then they made it worse. So I'm assuming this is some kind of gain-of-function research going on, and they created the virus and then made it worse, as they said. So these variants, strong zombies, is a result of that research. So I'm very curious to find out more. I don't know what venue this will be. Will this be revealed in the movies? Is this the Rick movie storyline? Is this its own show? Is this going to be a spinoff on Tales? I find it hard to believe that it's going to be part of the anthology series. It seems too big for that. I don't know if this is its own show, or if this is part of the movies, or how this is going to be integrated into the universe as a whole. I find it hard to believe that this will be integrated into the final season of The Walking Dead. I think if they were going to go that route, this would have been the post-credit scene of part 1 of season 11. So I don't think this will factor into the final season of season 11. Just me speculating. So I don't think it will. I don't think the CRM will be on the final season of Walking Dead either. So, I'm curious to see. I would have thought that they would have tried to bring some of these elements in, but maybe they want to cap off the main show, how the comic ended, and keep it a nice clean ending, and then get into this stuff after. So I'm curious to see. The movie, as far as I know, has not started production yet. So I'm curious. I don't know if this is part of the movies or what this is going to be, but it's huge, and I'm curious if this is going to impact Fear the Walking Dead or Tales, or how this is going to change the universe as a whole. But the implication of the statement from Scott M. Gimple is that this big story with the CRM and the origins of the virus and these variants is going to be a major factor in the franchise going forward. So I'm excited to see that. Honestly, I'm excited to see how it's planned out. So I'm very curious about it. The statement also seemed to suggest, he said that he hopes that we see World Beyond characters in some form going forward. So as far as I'm concerned, that is just blanket confirmation that we will see them in some form. If he hopes, he's the guy in charge, he's the boss. If that's what he's hoping, he can make it happen. The only stipulation is, these actors probably aren't going to be under contract, so if they have something else going on, if they're on some other show, they might not be available. But I think that we can just take it as almost guaranteed that at least some of these characters will be, if it's in the movies or again another spin-off, the World Beyond story will be continued in some capacity. So that was mostly what was discussed on Talking Dead, most of the important bits. The only thing left is the preview scene, and of course now on Talking Dead, if you guys have been watching the show for years, you know that we don't really often get big scenes. We just get little scenes. So what the scene we did get was Judith and the other little girl in the basement, directly continuing from the last episode of Walking Dead, with the basement's flooding in, the storm's still going on. It seemed like some time had passed. I don't know if it was during, it looked like it was during the day, but I could be wrong. But it's flooding in, there's zombies coming down the stairs, there's zombie in the water, they're standing on a table, so they're like in water up to their ankles, but there's zombies coming in, and then Judith tries to kill a zombie. She doesn't quite kill it, but it falls into the water, and then it re-emerges back up. And of course come on, Judith's not gonna die. The other girl though, maybe, and that would be kind of interesting to see. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I ultimately am excited for the show to come back. As critical as I was of season 11 so far, I am excited to see it. I'm excited to see Madison. Again, I'm really not a big fan of season 7 of Fear so far, but I want to see Madison again. I'm curious what's happened to her, and I really hope that this is the kick in the nuts that the show really needs to get back on the right track. So if we're going to have Fear the Walking Dead be the flagship show, I want it to be in tip-top shape. I want to see all these great characters back together, and I want a plot that makes sense, please. Please. Please stop with the coincidences. Come on, you guys are killing me. Okay, well, that's pretty much it. That was the only other real big reveal, if you could call it that, is that Al from Fear is not going to be in the rest of the season. They pretty much said that for the foreseeable future, Al will not be on the show, and that her reunion with Isabella is, for all intents and purposes, the end of her storyline this season. Now, honestly, I don't really understand why, story-wise, Al and Isabella would abandon the group. I feel like they would, safety in numbers, all that. I don't know. Isabella has this idea that she can be tracked or something. Maybe she's microchipped or something. Maybe there is an explanation for it, and that she's microchipped and they know where she is at all times. But again, there's no satellites, right? Or if maybe there are. I don't know. Again, maybe there's an explanation, but I just don't understand why Al and Isabella would abandon the main group at this point. I feel like they would be better off, going to the sub, getting with the rest of the crew. I mean, Al's not doing the journalism thing anymore. She smashed her camera. She smashed it. Again, I don't get the either or thing that they had going on in that episode. But, so yeah, I don't know why. I'm assuming Maggie Grace wanted to do some other projects or had some other things on her schedule. Of course, we can't know that for sure. There was no confirmation of that in this Talking Dead. But that's my assumption going forward. Either that or that they have too much stuff going on in the back half of the season to make time for Al. And there is a big cast at this point. I mean, we only saw Daniel in one episode, and he's barely been in it. There's so many characters that have felt underutilized so far this season. So, maybe that's why. But again, I don't understand story-wise why she has to leave. But that's just what we're going with. So that was the last big confirmation. There was a nice little Easter egg that confirmed that Dennis on World Beyond, when he was discussing a friend that he had when he was a helicopter pilot, I think he was a helicopter pilot, that friend he was referring to was Isabella. And the showrunner of World Beyond mentioned that Dennis was discussing somebody, maybe it was another friend of his, had a cabin in the Rockies. I'm curious if that's the cabin where Isabella was staying. That was not confirmed in Talking Dead, but it's something to think about. It might not be the case, but so that was pretty much the major parts of Talking Dead this week. It wasn't on AMC Plus when I was looking for it. I would have showed you clips, but, I pretty much summarized the major parts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments back down below. If you're excited about Madison returning, let me know. If you're not excited, I would also like to know. Just, I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think about the future of The Walking Dead. Are you excited about the fast zombies? Are you curious to see where the virus started? Does this storyline intrigue you, or do you think it's anti-Walking Dead? Of course, in the comics, this wasn't what the comics were about, but the show, I feel, needs to do more than what the comics did. If they're going to continue this franchise in many years to come, we got to get into some new territory. So I think it only makes sense. But that's just my opinion, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you like this video, please like it and sub for more Walking Dead content. We'll be back next year with the new reviews and any news we get in the meantime. Keep it locked on Sugar Earth Media to see more. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, everybody.